picturesque Provo, Utah, LaBelle Edwards Stadium. Time is starting to run short in this season. The goals, the aspirations are still alive, and we are looking forward to this one here in Week 10 of our coverage of EA Sports College Football. It's the Oregon Ducks and the BYU Cougars. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
One of the most beautiful backdrops in all of college sports. LaBelle Edwards Stadium with the mountains shining behind it. Many say it is one of the most beautiful fields you'll ever play on. 63,000 strong, the Cougars have proven to be one of the best home crowds. Their spirit and their noise makes it a tough place to play at elevation. Guys?
Okay, Holly. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. On the ground, it's Davison. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to the run. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, as a quarterback, you know, if you put the ball anywhere near this guy, anywhere in his vicinity with his catch radius and his athleticism, he's going to be able to snag it. They weren't able to hit him in stride, but he bails his quarterback out with an awesome diving catch.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Griffin. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
Yeah, and that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
From the gun, give on the inside. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And the Ducks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Touchdown, Oregon! Once he got some room, it was over.
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
7, BYU, 0. Number 39, safety kickoff.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. On the run, it's Martin. Runs through a tackle. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
On first down from their own 22. Might as well give it to him again. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
BYU is a team that made it to the Big 12 title game a year ago. A big part of it was L.J. Martin and their ability running the football, but also what he was able to do catching it as well. Bachmeier back at quarterback, so this offense really expects to take the next step. But L.J. Martin, David, probably one of the better running backs in the country that maybe a lot of college football fans outside of the Big 12 don't really know about.
Yeah, I mean, he could catch it. He could make you miss. He could run you over. Like, the injuries slowed him down a little bit a year ago. But another year of experience with Bear in the backfield, and that is a big Bear. That is a large Bear that can also run the football. Could be a great 1-2 punch that makes you pack a lunch and tackle some grown men for 60 minutes.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Got a little grass. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
It's first down from the 37-yard line. They'll give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back has it. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Now on the move. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Grabbed in the middle, it's Casper.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
The Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
And there just has not been a lot to write home about this year for this football team. Offensively, defensively, or even on special teams. Just not a lot of bright spots this season.
Sends it back in motion. Finds a little space. Finding some room. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Finds a man on the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then the play-action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And here comes the offense on second down. Just feeds the running back. There he goes. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Pulls it on the option. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Throwing more. On target.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive gain for my offense.
The Ducks come to the line needing just inches for the first down. There's a crease. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The run inside, it's Martin.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Phillips. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll run play action. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. He fires to the left side. Goes high to pull it in. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And, man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call, and that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
Still on his feet, and he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. picturesque Provo, Utah, LaBelle Edwards Stadium. A day full of college football has been great, but there's something special about a Saturday night game. It's the Oregon Ducks and the BYU Cougars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. This is a concerning crowd. You know, every time we're here, it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. The coach said they will have to communicate at a high level. They have worked with crowd noise all week at practice. We'll see if it pays off here today. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Ducks ready to kick it away first. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Hunting on first down, but wide. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up with great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
Looking for room, it's Davison. Breaks into the open. Really nice gain, gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
And on that run, he shows you his speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
On first down from their own 22. They'll ride the hot hand into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committed, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be enough.
Here's a little room there. At the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get to the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. On the run, it's Martin. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Running back searching for a hole. Maybe some room here. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
And the Cougars are moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Give to the running back. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Brings up 2nd down.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17.
Ready. 129. Ready, go.
Takes the handoff. It's Martin. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Quarterback making checks. Right back to it. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. And Oregon has it it back, and here comes the offense. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Some misdirection with the counter. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
It'll be 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. Run. Could be an alley. The 50, the 40, the 30. He's at the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oregon!
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side.
Turning it on! He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Electrifying play, and man, are they set up now at the 32-yard line.
All you got to do is give this guy a little bit of space. That's all he needs. With his speed, he's in the second level just like that, breaking off an explosive run.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Martin. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Hands it off on the counter. He's there to make the stop.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. 4th and 1 is one thing, but 4th and 2, sometimes the coaches sort of chicken out at the last minute. Not this time. They go for it and they get it.
I don't disagree. Just that 1 yard does make me think a little bit more. But, dude, I'm going for this. I work on this every single week in practice. I know I get the extra down now, so my third down calls are even different. But 4th and 2, I like the aggressiveness to go get them.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Trying to impose their will with the run. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
I know it's early, but you're down by a lot of points. You've got to go for it here on 4th down, David. I'm finding my best player offensively and giving him a shot.
And what you said is all the difference in the world. I'm already down a lot early. I got to make some things happen. This is a situation to get a touchdown. I'm going for it.
The Ducks signal for their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. With the run on 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Beck's going for the goal line. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, BYU!
It took them some time, but finally here at the end of the 1st half, they were finally able to get it right and score a touchdown. You know, I think oftentimes as an offensive coordinator, you've scripted your first 10 plays, things aren't working. You're looking for formations, you're looking for schemes you can run to finally break through, and that last drive might be what this offense needs to finally turn the corner. We'll see in the 2nd half.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Defense playing a bail technique. Here's Moore to throw. Under fire. At the 35, he's loose. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Interesting 1st half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Tennessee taking on the #1 team, the Florida Gators. And it's the Volunteers with one of the biggest wins in program history, taking down the #1 team in the country. The win puts them a game over 500 as this group looks to stabilize its season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They opened this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too.
They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield.
And this offense has done such a good job protecting their dude at quarterback, but the defense finally gets home. Listen, that's their third sack in 2 weeks. They got to do a better job applying pressure on the quarterback.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Tight end now in motion. Dante Moore. Looking for a deep man. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
That's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. The defense set them up with a turnover and now to try to cash it in. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for space. It's Martin. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To throw, it's Bachmeier. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Pocket breaking down. Blasted as he lets it go.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
In the red area, it's Martin. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That is their sophomore quarterback who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on him. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Moore. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. Now they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
Man, it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smart.
Gonna run it. It's Martin. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Finds space on the right. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Man, that's frustrating. Defensively, you think you got the quarterback in the backfield, and he scrambles around, buys some time, and then throws a stripe and ends up making a big play. You thought you had him? Nope.
BYU lines up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Ready? 129. Let's go.
Run in the red zone. It's Martin. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense. Reeling.
After getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Looking for space to the left. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. Throwing more. Caught over the middle. It's Hill. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And, man, it's really nice to see a QB and see the blitz right away. Sees the blitz coming, they come attack, replace it right away, get it to your running back, let him take off and do some damage. When anybody blitzes, man, try to find that space right behind them, and that's where you can make big plays.
Go, go.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. Motion from the wide receiver. Moore, play action. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Grabbed in the backfield, it's Stewart. There he goes! Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying the run, it's Davison. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and give him 16 on the year.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. After giving up that score on the last possession, now they need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to tie things up. At the 35, he's open. He rolls all the way up to the 40-yard line before going out of bounds in this running game, making an impact.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play, like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards and good things are happening.
To the ground, he's got it again. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. The play action fake. He's going to run it. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Zings it complete to the right. Hard running there. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
On the run, it's Martin. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
What a run by their tailback, and simply one of the best in the entire country. And his ability to make people miss is the reason why, guys. That's one thing that's just not coachable. You have it or you don't. That was something they identified in him when they were recruiting him to come play in this offense, and now it's come to fruition. Defenses have such a hard time bringing him down. This defense is going to have to do a better job game tackling as this game goes on.
Got room to work. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
To the air, it's Bachmeier. It's complete. Breaks into the open. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And the offense knows the task ahead. They're down 8. It's 1st and goal. They need a touchdown and the 2. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal?
Ready.
Looking to fire. Going for 6. Touchdown, Cougars! On the sideline, got it in the end zone. The Cougars with the immediate response.
Well, they get the touchdown here, and I think if you're the head coach, you got to go for 2. You got to have a 2-point play dialed up right now. What can you run you feel like you can execute to tie this thing with not a lot of time left on the clock?
They'll try to get the 2, knot this thing up, and maybe push us into overtime.
22.
He's looking to pass. He makes the grab for the 2, and he ties the game here in the 4th. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Thinking about using a timeout right here after that run play. And listen, I get you're trying to keep the defense off guard, but you're losing this game. You've got to throw the football. Now is the time. You've got to be aggressive, trailing in this 2-minute situation.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Here's Moore to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man on the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking.
And they tried to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout here. You got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have one left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here and get in his ear a little bit.
The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. In the gun on 3rd down, Moore. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
It's the plays like that that are going to end up defining and deciding this game, right? It's tight. Tie game, 4th quarter. Someone is going to step up and make a game-changing play, and the defender did right there.
The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. Now they need to pick up just a few more yards here to get within the kicker's range, David.
No doubt, Reese. We got to take care of the football, but we're trying to get as many yards as we can. Jesse, let's make this thing as easy as possible on our kicker.
You're right. And listen, you've got some time, too, so you don't got to panic here. Just pick the right play and go execute.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before, and I'm interested.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
I know this defense feels like they missed some opportunities. Yeah, they had 2 sacks their last game out, but they feel like they left a bunch more out on the field, and they wanted to try to get to the quarterback in this game. That was finally the first time they registered a sack so far here. Curious to see how this pass rush looks the rest of the way.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And every defensive coordinator in the country will tell you, you want to get them to 3rd and long. Obvious passing situations. Because they won 2nd down and they got that big sack, they put them in the predictable 3rd down. They win and probably force the punt here.
The kick is on its way. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the move, it's Davison. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Seriously, this just can't happen. A delay of game penalty, and it is 2nd and long. Running inside. It's Griffin. Finds a crease at the 20. Still on his feet at the 25. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational-type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Escapes the pressure going right. He'll try to do it himself. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hill. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
A gut check on the doorstep. 3rd and goal here in overtime. Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
They're going for the touchdown here on 4th and goal in overtime. Big guy tries to barrel in. Touchdown, Ducks. And they grab the lead here in overtime. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Power football with the run. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Wants to throw. It's Bachmeier. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
third down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
The tension, the intensity, the drama, the offense steps to the line on fourth down. Fires toward the end zone. Can't make the grab. The desperation fourth down play, and this one is over. Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Today, conference bragging rights on the line in this SEC Big Ten clash. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Kentucky Wildcats. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Kentucky got one of the bright young stars in the college football universe. Will Stein has done a fantastic job for the last several years as the Oregon offensive coordinator. Now an opportunity to run his own program in the SEC. We'll see if Will Stein can get the Kentucky Wildcats back on top as contenders in the South. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. They're going to get on that football, and what a job by the onside kick team to pull that one off and steal a possession. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense comes out on the very first play of the game on the road, and they bring the energy, and they get the sack. They came into this one on fire, ready to go, and that is a statement early.
And the Wildcats, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Running right, it's Baxter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The run inside. It's Marshall. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Finds his tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Under fire, and down he goes.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
They boot it away. Catch is made at the 15. Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Slay downfield. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Here's Underwood to throw. That's caught. It's Hansen. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
At the 31. And that's a 1st down for the offense.
And the Wolverines peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. They'll run it from the gun. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
To the air, it's Underwood. Hauls it in. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Underwood. Fires quickly. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. 4th down, Underwood. Intercepted deep in his own end. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them, and it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all, but no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Got it down the field. Took it all the way to the 36-yard line, and he flipped the field in an instant. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Handoff for Baxter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Miller.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Wildcats will go for it on fourth down.
Here we go. Ready. Let's go.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Now a timeout was called. Play clock was all the way down to 2. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. They go to the counter. Maybe a crease. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Underwood. Catch in the middle. It's Marshall. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
It'll be 3rd and long. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
Hunt is on its way. He's got it. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window, and he did that right there.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. With the catch, it's Anderson. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a first down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
And the Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Wildcats go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Snagged in the middle. It's Gilmore. And he used that stiff arm as a sledgehammer to bludgeon his way to a few extra yards.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Fires to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Timeout taken by Kentucky. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run it with Baxter. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again. And some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for 1 more snap to put up points before the half. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Fit it in the window for the score.
Big gamble pays off on offense. I know there are a lot of coaches out there that would just kick that field goal in the final play of the first half. Instead, they decide to throw it. And when you've seen these 2 guys hook up as many times as they have in the past, why not just do it? Great job executing. They're on the same page. They get the score in the end zone on the short throw, and they've got the lead going into halftime.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football.
Start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
And look, I know this offense made some adjustments at halftime, and they couldn't wait to get back out on the field and try to generate a score. But their defense is playing lights out. So to me right now, this is a no-brainer. After the incompletion on 3rd, just punt it away and let your defense eat.
Cradles it at the 35. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. They'll go to the counter. Plows through the defense.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up, they'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback up there.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make a play. Someone's got to break a tackle, make an incredible catch, and just give some life to this offense.
And whatever.
Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. With the catch, it's Rodriguez. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
C.J. Baxter one more time. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
On 3rd down, here's Baxter. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
And they stop him there with a tackle for a loss. And how about the run defense in this football game? A lot of coaches, man, they talk about it. Coming into a game, first thing we have to do is stop the run. Both these defenses so far have been up for the challenge.
This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. Quarterback keeps it. That's a fumble on the play. He recovers the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, in this situation, the only offensive player who can advance the fumble is the guy who dropped it.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
And the Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. Oh, he's got some space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Underwood. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And man, that's another drive for this offense where it's frustration. You're looking to the side.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth and long. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on fourth. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Blasted as he lets it go.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect their quarterback a little bit better.
Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Here's Underwood to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush them.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Underwood to throw for it on fourth. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Holly Rowe has an update.
Hey guys, down here on the Kentucky sideline, there is a lot of excitement because this offense is outperforming a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this game with the lead and the ball, but they have got to play clean football right now. Right before they huddled up to take the field, the coaches are yelling, execute, execute. We'll see if they're able to make that happen and keep this lead. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Handoff, Baxter running left. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Using the quick game. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. That is their sophomore defensive tackle. They're very high on his future. Howie Rowe will get us up to date on how he's doing. It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on fourth down. He wants to throw it. Looking to the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Throwing, Underwood. He's going for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Another incompletion on third down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the passing.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Fourth down, Underwood. Fires to the middle. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And now you start to feel desperate because down by multiple scores, the clock running out, 2.5+ minutes left on the clock. I got to do everything great now. I have no margin for error. My defense on this next possession, I have to get a 3 and out. I have to force a turnover. I have to do something to get me back in this ball game right now.
Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.